Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got 3 replays for you in another episode of Close But No Cigar. So this is episode 6 where we're going to focus on tier 8 tanks. Most specifically we've got the KPZ-07, the STA-2 Black and the 53 TP. So starting off with the KPZ then, and you can see we've got optics, camo net and vert stabs we're running on this tank. We also have on perks ball leader, rapid reload, sixth sense, steady aim, situational awareness, muffled shot, silent driving, camouflage expertise and snapshot. Now I would actually drop muffled shot on this crew and I would actually replace it with run and gun. Reason being is this tank is a little bit derpy. So yeah, I'd just run that to just improve the accuracy slightly. But other than that, I would honestly go with them, mainly go with the camo setup here. Now this tank has got some decent mobility on it, and we can get up to fairly good speeds. You can move up to 65 kilometers an hour top speed if we need to. And it's got a nice reload on it. It's quite rapid, but the alpha's quite low, so it's one of those where you have to bear with it a little bit sometimes. Especially kill shots. Tanks are low health. You need to kind of calculate if you're going to be able to kill them in one shot or not, because if you're not, then you need to sort of kind of plan for that. And make sure you're not sort of out in the open, or you don't go rushing in on a tank that's actually a 2-shot when you're sort of thinking it's only a 1-shot. So bear that in mind. Obviously the low alpha can be a bit of an issue, but overall this tank isn't too bad. But anyway, we'll move into the gameplay, and so we're on highway here. We are top tier, I believe. No, mid tier, I don't know. We're either mid tier or bottom tier, one of the two. We're definitely not top tier. We've got a nice shot into this light tank here. This light tank's actually driving around the water, so it's actually making him a bit sluggish. And it's affecting his terrain resistance by driving in the water, as it always does with a lot of tanks. So I managed to get some shots in. We've actually got the good spawn on highway as well. Now, not taken the aggressive approach that I usually do, which is under the bridge where that light tank is hovering around. I think probably because it was mid-tier, I was, I didn't want to get caught out. And also, like I say, this tank doesn't have any armor, so it's alright playing that position, but if you feel you're going to get caught out, then you're probably going to get shut down straight away. But we've taken a bit of a passive approach anyway, and we're sort of at the back here, and we're just trying to get shots into the light tanks. Now this is in counter mode, so the majority of the team are going to be fighting in the town. So realistically what we should be sort of looking at doing is, you can see there where the low alpha just leaves him 42 hit points there, and he gets away to fight another day. But what we should kind of be thinking about here is pushing this side, and I think that's what we're sort of trying to do here, is just trying to clear these tanks out so that we can move up on the left hand side here and then start pushing in and helping out in the town. Trying to get shots onto this medium tank, and it's actually proving a little bit more difficult than we anticipated. Do get a nice shot in there. We don't track him unfortunately, but we are sort of getting the hit points down on this tank. Again, he's driving in the water, so it's slowing him down. We do manage to poke the shot in for our 3rd kill of the game, and we're up to 2.7k damage. So we've racked up quite a bit of damage quickly. The scores are pretty even. We're trying to get the kill shot on that Carnarvon AX there, but unfortunately we hit his upper plate, which naturally is always going to bounce. We can see there's a lot of tanks in the cap, but it is being contested. But however, the red team have now won the town, and they've got 3 tanks in cap, and we need to get over and try and reset. However, fortunately, they've decided to come out of the cap and just leave 1 tank in, so I have a feeling these tanks sort of are starting to feel that they're quite confident with the win. And now another tank's gone in, so we've got 2 tanks on cap, and it gives us a little bit more time, but you know, we do need to be careful. We're also running the risk here of getting caught out by the tanks that are coming through the town. We get a lovely snap into that heavy there, and I'm just, well, I was pushing across, but unfortunately we clashed with the light tank. The light tank I thought was going to go rushing back to the cap. I think he is now. We was getting to the cap, but then we bump into Scorpion G, and you know, this point we should probably try and duck out there. We're trying to get a shot into him. We do get a shot into Scorpion G. However, Scorpion G isn't actually on the cap, so it's not really going to make any difference. T-54 lightweight does actually take out one of the tanks in the cap, possibly both actually, I think. So you know. Oh, I thought he did, but now there's tanks back on the cap, so there's quite a contest going on here. But you know, unfortunately our team have just not been able to hold on long enough. We're going to get round to the Scorpion G. I'm going to try and see if I can shut him down. I'm hoping we don't take a shot. We don't. We've still got full health, but it's 2 against 5 here, and now it's 1 against 5. So yeah, unfortunately we we're kind of at a loss here, and I'm stuck in the corner now. This isn't really the best position to be in because I'm kind of boxed in. However, I'm going to try and sort of make my way back out. However, unfortunately, we do get caught out by this CS59, and he manages to snap us. We don't get a shot in, and there you go, there's a low alpha again, just proving that this tank could just do a little bit more alpha. Just, I don't know what it is. It's just, you know, the reload is nice, but you know, we got 2 taps. You know, the CS59 has basically out traded us because that, you know, lack of alpha meant we couldn't really finish him off. And now we're just getting absolutely bum rushed here by the CS52. There's nothing I can really do here but just get punished basically. And yeah, just a bit unfortunate there really that we couldn't, you know, the team just couldn't really quite turn it around. But we do actually get a 3rd place on the leaderboard there. We got a big amount of damage. You know, we got 4.2k damage with 5 kills, 670 assists. Only the 3rd class there, so yeah, just a bit unfortunate really. So moving on to the second replay now, we are in the STA2 Black, and we are actually on Duke of the Pass. So just sort of go over the equipment I run on the STA2 Black. So we've got camouflage net, optics and gun rammer. On the perks we run Born Leader, rapid reload, 6th sense, camouflage expertise, steady aim, silent driving, muffled shot, situational awareness and green thumb. Predominantly camouflage setup. To be fair, the STA2 has featured on the channel before. It was on last month, I think, because the tank actually received quite a few buffs, and most predominantly some accuracy buffs, reload buff, you know, which actually make it you know, quite a solid tank to be fair. Yeah, it's quite one to be reckoned with. Obviously as well, it's got preferential matchmaking, which, you know, equally makes it quite a nice tank to play. It means you're just going to see tier 9s and yeah, just tier 9s. You're not going to be in sort of tier 10 lobbies with preferential matchmaking. So yeah, all in all, nice tank. And like I say, if you want to know more about the STA2 Black, then yeah, please do sort of go and look at the video that I posted on the channel not so long back. I'll try and post a link in the comments if I can. So anyway, on Duke of the Pass, we have come up to this midpoint here. Now at this point, well, where I was sort of sitting on top of the rocks is sort of quite a tank destroyer position to play. But you know, equally, I know there's sort of tanks that usually cross the other side, that come up sort of around H8 area, H7, H8, and when they sort of pop up there, that, you know, I can get shots off. Yeah, when they sort of come into our render range, they're visible. They're there for shooting basically, so I can get the shots off from this position. You see, like, you know, here, you know, tanks spotted up in G8 there, making its way sort of into H7, H8. Yeah, and they're giving us shots to the side, so I'm just going to take those shots. It's, you know, it's there for the taking basically. So just sort of staying in this position for now. Also here, obviously, while you got cross shots, you can also get shots off on tanks that might be camping C6, C7. You can see our team sort of advancing in towards that area, so there's a chance that they may sort of spot up some tank destroyers. Also a chance they may actually spot up some tanks that we're looking at right here. We get a nice shot into the back chat 12 ton there, who looks to be trying to get out. I'm trying to see if I could potentially get the kill shot on that guy, but he gets up just in time. And I'm just keeping my eye on these tanks that are across the way there. We are being able to RB on a tank there, but he's just behind cover. We do get a nice shot into the IS-2-2 there. Again, he gets into cover, but he might just back out enough for us to get another shot in. We don't quite finish him off there. We leave him on 34 hit points. Now another IS-2-2 comes out into the open. We might be able to get a shot on if he just moves a bit further forwards, but unfortunately, he just gets into cover. Now the back chat 12 ton comes out. We get a nice little shot there. That was, yeah, I'm quite proud of that aiming, considering my aiming is terrible at the best of times. I think that was quite a juicy shot there, for my standards anyway. But yeah, we get the back chat 12 ton out there, which is a good shot. It means we haven't got a light tank sort of buzzing around, potentially lighting us up. We do see this Panther 2 here trying to get a shot, and I'm going to switch to the heat now because I want to be able to pen this guy. I know I can go for his turret with the heat. The AP just wasn't quite cutting it. Unfortunately, our shot there just hits his track. Now we're getting targeted by something across the way, which I think is this Yang Panther. We fire a shot at him, but unfortunately it bounces. Just think it doesn't quite catch him right. We do track him in place, so he does get put onto a one shot. But he's backed off into cover now. Now I'm going to focus back onto this Panther. Unfortunately, the shot just derps there. Just not quite in a position where I can get a shot off, which is really frustrating. I'm trying to help our Richie as best I can, but we do get the shot into the turret face there, killing him off for our second kill of the game. The tanks, the scores have sort of become a little bit more level now. The Reds are 2 tanks up, but you know, well, there were 2 tanks up, now they're 3, but it was sort of quite close contention. But now they have turned the tide, and we are actually in a 3v7 now. So I mean, it's not lost completely yet. However, we have, you know, we've got artillery and a tank destroyer, so yeah, the odds are looking a little bit slim, to be fair. Now what I'm doing here is I'm sort of trying to move over to the left. I was hoping I could move over without getting spotted, but that VK has lit me up. Now artillery is focused now, so we're kind of in a bit of a tricky spot here. Artillery fires a shell. I was thinking about running away, but at this point, with artillery that's just put him on potential 2 shots to us, I think, Joe, I'm going to swing around, I'm going to load up the heat, I'm going to try and see if I can deal with this guy. Artillery has put a shot into him again. Unfortunately, we didn't quite aim right there. Now that AMBT has snuck down and he's managed to get shots into our artillery, however, I have managed to take him out. Bit frustrating there, but yeah, he just doesn't have no way. We do get a shot into the VK's cupola. I duck down, I'm hoping I can get another shot in, but we take one in return, and we bounce a cupola shot, which is really frustrating. I was hoping I could just get rid of this guy, but you know, we've bled quite heavily here. Our tank destroyer is full health, which is good. Now I'm hoping I can sneak around, potentially get the shot into this VK, and this time we do get the shot through the cupola. However, our tank destroyer has just got absolutely swarmed, and unfortunately it's got taken out. and now we're in a 1v5, so there is a potential for a collar loss here. It's just unfortunate that I took a lot of hits from that VK. If I just played a bit more smart, I could. If I played a bit more smart and managed to get around that left hand, if I sort of managed to evade him and get where I wanted, which was to sort of get on the one line so I could get some sort of shots in it. I could have waited to a point where he was in view. I could at least have penned his side. I may have had to have taken one shot, but it would have been better than just taking 2 shots off of him. But I'm pretty confident if I got to that one line, I could have finished him off, rather than sort of obviously had to come round and then fight him, when he was on the high ground above me and I was on the low ground. It wasn't really going to work, to be honest. But it is what it is. It's just, it's one of those things we live and learn. We did see that tank destroyer come off the hill there, who's a one shot, and yeah, I was trying to see if there was a potential to shoot him, but there was only literally a split second, and I just wasn't quite prepped and ready to get that shot off. Yeah, the shell velocity on the STA2 Black it's okay. It's over 1,000, but it's not super quick, so I can just snap that in. If that's a leopard, even a leopard, I think probably wouldn't have been able to squeeze that shot in. I don't think. But so there was definitely no chance of the STA2. We poke out and we've lit up the IS-2-2. We sneak a shot in from distance. He's just fired. Gonna try and see if we can sneak shot now. Unfortunately, we hit his upper plate or his turret and we bounce. I don't know if we could have aimed that a bit better. Possibly, I don't know. But he was just about to get into cover, so I kind of rushed the shot a little bit. I was kind of hoping that would connect. If we killed him, then yeah, may have made things turn out a little bit differently. But anyway, even though he's a one shot potentially, and there's a tank destroyer that is definitely a one shot, so I just need to sort of find out how many hit points the other 3 tanks are on. I'm assuming RT will be fully hit, full hit points, but I'm not overly fussed about that. I can deal with RT with full hit points because I know I'm going to outspot artillery all day long. And also artillery it's a lot more easier to fight than sort of normal tanks as such. But anyway, in my head I've sort of got a view to come round here and potentially get side shots into that IS-2. The IS-2 is looking at us though, and he does get a shot in. We do manage to finish him off, but then unfortunately the Tiger P is across the way and he gets a shot into us. Now, yeah, I could have played that a hell of a lot better if I just sort of maybe pushed, pushed further ahead rather than sort of come up that side point. Maybe I could have sort of gone a bit further and then sort of come up from behind, if that made sense. I wasn't expecting the IS-2-2 to sort of be looking at me, if I'm honest. I would have thought he would have sort of made his way to my last known position. But fair play to him. We got caught out. Yeah, he managed to sort of basically catch us out. Yeah, he sort of predicted we were going to be going down there, and yeah, good prediction. Fair play to him, and well played. And a big shout out to a fellow DC member there on the in the AMBT, Saint 2K. Well played to him as well. So on the third replay now, we are on Overlord, and we are in the 53 TP, which is the Tetri Polish heavy tank. And we run optics, vert stabs, and gun rammer on the equipment for the 53 TP, along with Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Situational Awareness, Armour Angling, Trap Mechanic, and Clutch Braking. Obviously standard heavy tank equipment there, and obviously perks as well, because we want to make the most out of this gun, and also want to sort of make this as mobile as possible. So we are, I don't actually know if we're top tier here, but I'm going to make my way to the brawling alley here. I'm just going to try and see if I can sort of make things work here. I see a tier 9, so that says to me that we are definitely mid-tier, if not bottom tier. Our light tank goes YOLOing in and gets taken out. Again, not a very sort of clever move there, but to be expected. It's just standard light tank things. We poke up here and we do get a shot into that TNH that is across the way there. I think it's TNH or a TVP of some sort. We get a shot into that guy. Trying to see if we could potentially get a shot into this T55A. We do, managing to finish him off for our first kill there. Also first kill of the game for the team, so that's quite good. And we're just sort of biding our time here. We're just poking up. We're not going to overextend just yet because obviously there are potentially tank destroyers sitting at the back of the 9 line. And if you overpeak here, you're just going to be easy shots. We do sneak up to try and see if we can get a shot onto the Cobra, but unfortunately I think we hit his turret and it just bounced. Now we're going to see if we can potentially get a shot on something at the back. Try snapping a shot into that light tank there, but that was an awful shot. That was not even anywhere near. Seeing if we could potentially line up another shot on the Bulldog there, but he just gets into cover. Being a bit of a pain at the moment, he's just sort of buzzing around. But now we're going to line up a shot. Well, we were trying to line up a shot, but that was absolutely awful. That was the worst aiming I've ever seen. And the light tank gets away, unfortunately. Again, we're going to try and snap another shot in, but we couldn't quite hit it that time. Didn't lead the shot properly. Should probably just give up trying to shoot the light tank at this point. Unfortunately, we take a shot from that tank destroyer as well, who gets into cover before we get time to sort of get a shot in. So, bit annoying really that we're taking that bit of damage and we weren't able to sort of put a shot in back. It would have been nice to have sort of got a nice trade there. There's not really many shots on anything at the moment, and I feel like majority of the enemy tanks either in the middle or they're sort of in the back of the base there. Unfortunately, we bounced a shot on the Panzerjäger there, who's sort of running around being a nuisance, trying to fire us. We do get a nice shot in there. Picking up our second kill at the game. Artillery has now decided they're going to fixate on us. And you see the scores are quite close here. We've only lost one tank. Only lost one tank? No, we're two tanks ahead, sorry. We're 2 tanks ahead, so we're actually winning this game. But it is still quite close. We haven't really done much damage here. Artillery is still looking at us and I'm just sort of weaving side to side and trying to fool the artillery into thinking we're going one way when we're going another. It did work. He's missed a shot. And again, we're 3 tanks ahead now. So it's looking a little bit like, quite comfortable, to be fair. Or, I'm sort of thinking now, we need to kind of move in and get the win, basically. I want to get more damage, but there's some tanks sitting at the back there and sort of trying to ask our light tank to, light them up for us, please, because, I can't get any shots on anything that I can't see. But something keeps lighting us up, which is really frustrating. Every time we poke, we're getting lit and we're getting shot, and I believe I think it's that Panzer that's sitting at the back, Kania Panzer or whatever you call it. Unfortunately, we get trapped there and we do take a couple of shots. And it's kind of, at this point, I was thinking we should probably just head off here, and we have. We managed to evade artillery shot again. So yeah, now just kind of sort of trying to figure out the best way to sort of try and counter these reds here. I'm coming in at another angle, so I think potential I could sort of get some shots on some tanks here, but they just seem to not be in the right position. But then, luckily enough, that shot just through eye of the needle there. We managed to get a kill for our 3rd kill of the game. We're only at 1300 damage here, so we've not done any damage at all, to be honest. The game's kind of It's a close game, but we've not really done anything. But the Kanya Panzer does take out our Window Arrakis. I'm trying to weave. I'm trying to avoid getting shot by this Kanya Panzer, but he does get a shot, and that's really frustrating. If we just reloaded a tad earlier, we could have got the shot off there, got our kill without taking any damage. So a bit frustrating that we've had to take that hit. That was kind of not really necessary. It was just, you know, trying to do my best to turn around quickly to you know, get the armour towards him. He probably would have still penned anyway, but you know, unfortunately is what it is. Artillery is now getting pushed by a medium tank. I'm asking the artillery to just fall back if you can, but unfortunately it gets taken up by the PZ-58 Mutts. I'm going to move in and try and take out the Mutts. He's a one hit for us, literally on no hit points at all. But obviously I want to clear him out because I don't want him coming behind us. We do get the shot in there. We pick up our 5th kill of the game, but we are now against 3 tanks. We've got artillery looking on us already, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get behind this rock, which we managed to do, and we luckily didn't get any damage. We didn't get hit by the artillery, just sort of splashed us, but didn't do any damage, just sort of hit our track basically. And now I'm going to make my way through the beach, and I think I'm going to try and come up sort of behind these tanks if possible. I'm sort of thinking they're probably going to be up the top there, although one of them may be on the beach. I don't know. I think the last position was sort of A4. They're hovering around that area, so in my head I'm thinking they're probably going up to the top, and they're going to start sort of looking around there. We do light up artillery, and we do get a nice shot there, picking up our 6th kill of the game. But I think that's probably given the game away for the other 2 tanks. They're probably going to know we're on the beach because that's where artillery was. He gets killed, so it's going to be pretty obvious. Now, maybe I should have turned around here and actually gone up to the top. I checked the right hand side, sort of where the drops are, thinking, you know, just to make sure that there's no tank up there potentially trying to look to get shots on us. But yeah, I feel like I should have gone back up sort of the sort of hill on H4, H5, back up to that opening, and get up to the sort of the high ground essentially. But I've stuck with my plan. I'm sort of going for it. I'm sort of going to go up A4, A5 and try and see if I can get behind these guys, thinking that they're still going to be at the top there. And yeah, see what I find. So we're coming up here. We haven't spotted anything as of yet. I've activated the food to try and see if I can find these tanks. The Pershing is, unfortunately, we bounce off his turret. Yeah, that's really frustrating. And he's pretty much full health as well. However, we do get a shot into the lower plate there. I'm just obviously concerned that you know, the tank destroyer is going to be on his way pretty sharpish. So I kind of need to get rid of this guy as quickly as possible. Pershing's doing the right thing by sort of swinging over. But now I notice that the tank destroyer is there, and I fumble a shot and I don't kill him. He's a one hit as well, and that's really frustrating because now we're on 58 hit points and I'm rushing towards the charioteer, but the Pershing is behind me, and now I'm caught in a crossfire. I literally just, yeah, I'm done for basically. And that's just really, really frustrating because you know, if I played that right, yeah, it could have been a bit different. So unfortunately, we don't get the win there. The enemy team does pick up the win. And we do pick up 6 kills. We got just shy 3k damage, 463 hit points. So just a real devastating loss there because we We could have picked up the Radleys again in that game had we just played a bit more smarter. We hadn't taken the hit from that Kaniag Panzer that charged us. Then we could have added some spare hit point again if we'd not overpeaked on that ridge and taken some unnecessary shots there. So yeah, the main part of this is keep your hit points, because in situations like that you're going to win the battle with more hit points, and we could have took out that charioteer there, but it's where it is, unfortunately, and that's why it's called Close But No Cigar, because it really was close. Anyway, guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. It does help the channel, and I will catch you next time.